Today we have the Rovivon U4 Pro Multi-Tool. This is a really cool tool, and there are a couple things I want to tell you about this that you need to know. Now, with these clip tools, I have found them very useful. I use one of these at work, and then I use a Leatherman version for my other set of keys. I always try to keep one of these Nex tools or a Victorinox model on the keychain as well for the scissors. I find that very useful. Now, with the U4 Pro Multi-Tool, one of the very cool things about it is that most of the body is made out of titanium. You can see there's some stainless steel parts, but most of it is titanium. It's very light at 24 grams. Now, again, we have this great clip feature, but that's far from everything. One of my favorite features, main reason I ended up buying this tool, was because we have this tiny little 4mm bit driver. This is a very unique tool, and I love how they're able to fit this in here, and it is magnetic as well. But they're able to sort of shave off part of this right here, but it still seems to be fairly robust for how small it is. Obviously, you won't be using it as a huge pry tool, probably, but it is nice to have that feature on a keychain. I think that's pretty cool. Now, it is amazing also that they got to lock into place. Gerber seems to have an issue with getting their armbar to lock into place, but Rovivon has done that on this tiny little tool. That's really cool that we have that lock there as well. Then you depress this, you can open it and close it, depressing this button spring-loaded. Now on the other side, we see the scalpel as well. Now this right here is not locking, but I guess you're only going to be using it basically one way. A little bit surprising. I don't know, some people may find that a turnoff, but we'll see. This does use number 11 scalpel blade holder right there as well. Very cool tool, pretty fantastic function with it. Now, one of the reasons why I've really come to appreciate tools like this, especially with the scalpel holder, is because I think they make great substitute knives for some of your tools that may not have a fantastic knife. So there are tools like this SOG Access, Power Access, and this one right here does not have the greatest knife. I've had to sharpen this a couple times. It's a pretty skinny knife. But if I'm cutting, for instance, like I need to cut a lot of cardboard or something like that, or open a lot of packages, I don't have to worry about it. I can just use this scalpel blade, change the blades out, and in this kit, it did come with several other blades from Rovivon. So you have a total of, it looks like 5 extra number 11 blades so that you can replace them when they get dull. I think that's a great option if you have different multi-tools where maybe you don't really like the knife set or something like that. Even a tiny keychain option like this, again, for cutting cardboard, opening packages, for some small things, really helps fill that gap. This is a great tool otherwise, but that knife, I do feel like lets it down at sometimes. Again, great fill-in. Again, one of the reasons why this tool is so great is because I love how easy it is to find bits that fit with this. A lot of times we're finding now in the multi-tool market where there's proprietary bits, even if it's Leatherman's bit system or the 5mm bits that are prevalent or whatever they may be. With this one, there's a beautiful thing in that it fits regular 4mm bits. This is an easy to obtain a Roxxon 4mm bit kit. You can easily just put these in here. Now I have to say that it doesn't hold as well magnetically. There must be something where it's actually designed for the tip to fit in there, I guess it is. It does, however, fit in here, and I'm sure you could modify it with a little piece, cut a magnet down and fit it in there. It does fit in there enough. It doesn't fall out very easily. Let's see if you can, well, yeah, so you can't really close it You would need a double-sided 4mm magnet to close it because it has to fit back far enough, but it is a beautiful thing that you can use 4mm bits with that. We don't always find that easy accessibility with some of these bit drivers. I think that's a great option. Now, the other reason why I think this tool is pretty great, even though it is very expensive, I think it's about $45 on Amazon, between $40 and $50. I found this on eBay for like 20 bucks. Someone was getting rid of theirs. I snatched it up. I might buy another one or two because I love this bit driver. Now, let me explain to you why. I think this is what's been needed in the multi-tool realm for a long time for some of the smaller tools. I am a huge fan of bit drivers. I really think that increases their effectiveness, their ease of use. I think the Roxxon M1 would really benefit from a bit driver like such. Now, with this one right here, if we would take out the nail clipper, you could fit a whole bunch of 4mm bits in here. I think that would be fantastic. Then what I plan to try to do is actually take out these tools, move the Phillips bit over, and find a way to either screw or weld on this bit driver to this part of this shank right here, because if you look, there's a spot here where this sticks up and there's a spot here. So perhaps you could attach this tool to it and then have a 4mm bit driver in here. That would make the M1 fantastic. Part of my problem with it is I'm not a huge fan of the nail clipper, and I wanted some more tools to it, but I think that would answer the question or fix the problem nicely. That would be a fantastic upgrade to the M1, which is already a really great tool. So that's another reason why I think this is really good. It offers, again, some more innovation. Not maybe what you would expect for a clip, to carry this on your keychain, but I think this would be even more useful in multi-tool format for some of the smaller tools. I think it's great. It's got me thinking. Let me know what ideas you think of as well. You do see some ruler markings. Overall, I think at $20 used, this is an excellent find. For $50, it's probably too much for 99% of you, but since I love the design of this small driver, I might buy a couple more, but for most of you, there are a lot cheaper options if you're just interested in the utility or in the scalpel blade. I believe on AliExpress you can find several versions for about $20 or so that are very similar to this without the bit driver.